Hey, what's up, everybody? So today I'm going to talk to you about a little known thing called rage. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through some emotions, emotions of rage. Some circumstances happen where you have no choice but to react in a matter where, you seem fit, even though it might not be the most fitting of responses, right? It's basically I'm going to talk about when somebody loses control and what they can do to kind of redeem themselves, right? You have to basically in life, the first time you feel like you're about to lose control, man, you need to really slap yourself on the wrist and check yourself, because every time after that is going to be easier to lose control, right? And what happens with your brain is that every time something gets easier, the opposite decision gets harder. So, you find yourself in a scope like this, and you're in the middle when it comes to rage, and then this is, being passive. So, if you become too passive, you end up shifting this side, and then if you react to every single instance of rage, you shift to this side. So, it's important to be in the middle. And one way you can help yourself find the middle path is through meditation and self-reflection. This is the only way, because oftentimes you only realize certain things in hindsight. Like, let's say if you lost your cool and you said some things that at the time you thought were appropriate, but you look back and you're like, damn, man, I should not, that wasn't appropriate for that conversation. You labeling a situation gives that situation a power, right? So you have to sometimes stay quiet. You have to stay in control, right? Sometimes inaction is the best action. Other times you have to push yourself. It just depends on your personality trait, right? So if you have a passive personality, then you must build up that rage and turn it into action. If you have a very go-getter type personality, you have to build up that patience so you can follow suit in your execution, right? So you can execute to the best of your abilities. So once you go through the different emotions of life and you come to find your baseline emotion, like me personally, I have a very I react to things very fast, right? So if something comes in my mind, I have to do it, bam, I have to go do it. No hesitation. This costs me, sometimes I make wrong assumptions, dive head first into a situation. You have to end up apologizing, like, oh wait, I'm sorry, I thought this was the situation, but really, some things like that do happen. But other than that, I'm trying to be more timid, trying to be a little less trying to think with my head more than my heart. And what happens is, if you're too timid, you have to think with your heart more so than your head, right? So you have to find the middle ground. Finding the middle ground is very hard, but if you have rage, that means you have a lot of energy, right? That means the test for you is to harness that energy and then direct it in the right way. Right? You got to direct it in the right way. How will you direct it in the right way? That's where self-recollection and meditation comes in. You have to think of an action plan, you have to execute, you have to take that first step. And oftentimes that first step is acknowledging that, hey, you have some things you need to work on, namely the rage. Thank you. This has been a Mohammed Minute.